Hey everyone, I am excited about today because we are really starting to progress. And again, as I'm going to say, if you need to revert back to some of the older videos to slow it down a bit, please by all means do. But I want to do the videos based off of the feedback that I'm getting and the requests that are actually assisting and helping our survivors with the recovery. So today we are working on some great things as called the Get Up. And that's really preparing our minds and our body to be able to get up out of the chairs on our own. So I'm just going to throw it out there to say it would be great if you had chairs with handles. I don't have chairs with handle right now, so I'm going to show you how to improvise. What I always try to do is if you don't have a certain thing, that doesn't mean you can't do it. I'm going to show you how to make it work with what you do have. So I'm in my handy dandy wheelchair, rocking chair, the one that has wheels on it. So I'm always telling you to be safe, don't do what I'm doing, but I have my balance and coordination. But I'm going to show you how I'm utilizing this as I'm up against the wall safely and utilizing something else to help me get up and learn how to stand. So as you see, I'm barefoot. And the reason I'm barefoot, I'm going to throw that in there right now. I'm beginning to do a lot more things with barefoot, even working out, because with still not having full 100% feeling in my toes on my left. I had another surgery for that anyways, but it helps you to kind of figure out the proprioception and figure out where you are in the feeling and where you're standing at and making sure you're actually pressing and exerting the energy into the floor so I could actually get a better feel when the toes are pressing directly into the floor versus actually being in a shoe where I have that space or something else and an object in between that I can't really tell where I'm pressing. So that's why I like the barefoot thing, even though my arches don't like it. Anyways, so I'm barefoot. So this right here, as the get up, stand up out of the chair, I'm recommending that if you can do this barefoot, do it barefoot, because it's really going to help you figure out how to place your feet and recognizing when you start to get those feelings back in your toes and your heels, recognizing that feelings and that sensation of actually connecting with the ground and things like that. So try to do barefoot if you can. So we're going to work on just warming up the calves. The reason I want to warm up the calves is because in order for us to get up, we're working through these muscles right in here. So we're going to start off just with some heel raises to warm up the calves. So this will be our first part of the exercise, heel raises on that. And we're going to go with 20 heel raises. And again, if your heel doesn't lift as fast as mine, take your time, assist yourself pulling the leg up or however you need to actually get some blood flow in these calf muscles here. And at the same time, when you're doing that, you're really working the shins at the same time. So really stretch all the way through. Again, we're going 20 of these. If you can push it a little more, you want to push yourself a little more, you go 20, 25, 30. So after our heel raises, what I'm going to do, I am left side affected. So my left side is placed up against the wall. So for those that may need the protection, place your affected side against the wall. So in case, as I'm about to show you a get up, I need to lean into the wall or anything, use that for balance that we got. So 2 ways we can do this first round. I can use the back part of the chair, this top part, or I can use this. And I'm going to show you first with this part right here because it's a flatter surface. And what we're gonna do is, in case your hand does not move on its own, it's not open, once we get that hand open, we're going to take this hand and we're going to, actually first we're going to scoot to closer edge of the chair, and everybody's chair is going to be different. But I'm scooting closer so mine don't roll as much. But I'm going to take with my non-affected hand, my affected hand, and placing it on this flat surface. The reason I'm placing on this flat surface is because I want this hand to be in position. So therefore, it's going to assist me with pushing myself up. Yes, I could push up on my right side, non-affected side only, but I want even work here. We're trying to really activate and get this left side, your affected side, to work. So we're pressing this hand down first because this is our stronger side is actually going to be the one to assist us with pushing up on our not the greatest side. I don't like to say weakest side, but stronger side, good side, stronger side. So we're going to take our non-affected hand, we're going to place it on top of our affected hand. And what that's going to do is it's going to help us. So if you're dealing with a situation where you don't have full function in your hand and you try to do something by pushing it down, it might move on its own. So we're going to take the stronger hand and press it down. So therefore, when we go to begin to get our body ready in a position to get up, and this hand is protected and we push up evenly as such. So I could have stood straight up, but I want to show you in slow motion what it looks like. So we're just working on pressing through the hand. Pressing through the hand here, and what's that allowing us to do is put that weight into that affected side, because most of the time we depend on our non-affected side. We're not getting any work on that affected side. So this is actually going to be the second part of this. Before we even get up, I want you to press this hand down into this flat surface. Really press down. If you need the assistance, take your non-affected side, and we're going to work with pressing through it. So this one, we're really only going to do a transition of get up today. Not going to add too many exercises because this in itself, so many parts to it, so you may get a little tired with doing this. So this second part, we're just pressing the hand, getting some blood flow, working that affected side. It's going to be our second part, and that's just working on. So it's going to really stretch the hand out, stretch the wrist, stretch the forearms as well. So we're here, 15 heel raises, and we're actually going to go with 15 hand presses. 15 hand presses. And again, also while I'm doing this hand press, I'm purposely leaning over onto my affected side. So I'm pressing into the floor at the same time. So I'm doing the motion as if I'm going to get up. So it's really a stutter. So, but I'm pressing a hand down, and that's what I'm doing. So after we go from 15 of those, next step from there, we're going to push a little more. And you see I'm getting ready to dig my feet into the ground. Dig my feet into the ground so I can prepare myself to get up. So we'll try it this way as your first portion, as to get up here, lifting that butt up off the seat. So that will be your third portion, getting that butt off the seat. If this is too heavy for you, after this third portion, because I'm going to go through all of them, you can skip this and work on getting up. So this is our third version here. And we're going 15 on each one. And what you're doing here, we're activating hamstrings, quads, glutes, and we're utilizing that core muscle to actually help us get up. So this is what we're doing here. So you have not fully stood up. It's actually a straddle. We're straddling the squat over the seat. So that will be our first, second, third portion of this. And now we're going to push a little further with actually working on getting up. And for safety wise, I will show you, I'm gonna move my foot. I would actually want you to make sure this is up against the wall. So therefore it didn't move as you're pushing that, as you're pushing that weight over to that side. So therefore this is protected and it's not moving out the way. So actually, honestly, I'm gonna put my foot back around because I can move mine, but the purpose of safety for you all, I still want to show you how to do this correctly. Let's do it like this. So we're going here after we had the squat over the chair. We're actually pushing all the way through. So some of you may get to the point that the natural nerves kick in and you may feel you can't get up. We have the wall here, so we can actually utilize the wall and have our body sit here until we can trust ourselves to now take this hand and push ourselves up. So I'm not only using the back of the chair, higher surface, I'm also using the wall to help me assist the push up. So I can continue with here, or I can now use the wall and stand all the way up. Boom, we actually got up out the chair. Great progress there. So we're gonna go back down and show you the proper way to go back down when you're in this situation. Don't have handles, as my chair does not, and utilizing the wall and what you have available to help you do a sit and stand. So my body is still here, hand here. I'm sliding my shoulder down the wall to protect it. Gotta make sure my chair is straight, and boom, now we sat down. Little unconventional, but it works. And again, using what you have available. So I have the wall, nobody here to assist me, leaning on the wall. We have this chair, which may be a lower surface. We have the back of the chair here, that's a higher surface. We're gonna utilize both of those to assist us with getting up again. Pressing through those feet, really focusing on pushing through the heels, but I'm digging my toes down to really work on getting the feeling in my toes to see where my foot placement is. And we're going for our press again. Remember the first part, pressing a hand down. Second part, go ahead, scoot up to hover over the chair. And the third part, we're actually boom, boom, boom. We can utilize the wall to lean over if you don't have the balance on your own. Here, and boom. So with this situation here, once again, we're gonna do this a couple times just so you can see the transition as we're doing this. In retrospect, it looks, you know what a sit stand looks like. Looks like this, boom, boom, standing up. But again, I'm taking my time as to run through this because this is progressive exercise. So I want you to be comfortable when you're doing something like this. So we're gonna run through it again. Hand here, lean the body over on your affected side. You can lean into the wall, and eventually you're gonna do this without leaning into the wall. But again, I want you to protect your body, protect yourself, and I want you to be comfortable when you're trying to do this. Press it down, non-affected hand on top, pushing that right through that affected side. Lean forward, push up, push up, push up. You can grab onto this immediately. You can try to stand up a little further and stand up, or you could go into the wall and help you stand up. Press and boom. And then another part being, I didn't mention in the beginning, but y'all know I like y'all to do this in front of the mirror. If your hand is sitting here, your arm, and it kind of end up doing one of these things, which is a natural reaction to overtone. When you're doing something like this, the mirror will help you to say, hey, you stood up, now try to work on straightening that arm down at the same time. We're gonna straighten that arm down, and that's something else the wall can assist you with. Pressing that arm up against there will kind of help you gauge as you're watching in the mirror yourself go up and down. And we're protecting ourselves. We put the hand here for complete protection. Leaning on the wall still. Leaning, leaning, leaning on the wall still. So I can even lean on the wall as I go all the way down. Even if my hand does go and I'm not able to straighten my arm back up, I'm still utilizing the wall as the protection to help me get down into the chair. So if my arm had did one of these moves, I sit down to the chair, boom, I'm back down safely in the chair. Now I work to straighten that arm out. So please let me know how these exercises work for you. So we have and it's really just a progressive, slow step of working on getting yourself up out of the chair. We have our heel raises. We have our lean forward, press down, pressing into that hand to get our hand and ready and comfortable, get that blow foot going for our forearm, our hand, our wrist to push us up off of the chair. And then we have the hover over the chair, getting that butt loose off the chair slightly. Then you have push down, come up, lean against the wall if you need to, or continue to push up straight, push, push, push. Utilize. I mean, some of you may have a table that's a little higher for you. So even in the mitts, I can show you if I had the table in front of me, which may be great for some of you after you straighten out the hand and got it there. Lean forward on the table. If I have this imaginary table here, non-affected hand on top, and we go for the same thing. Get ready to go. Push yourself forward. Hover over, boom, 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 hover, hover, hover. Get yourself a position. Again, this is my imaginary table, so I'm trying to take it slow as if we're actually doing it. Push off, boom, boom, push off the table. Now we're standing all the way up. Again, I want to thank y'all for the feedback always. If you need to contact me any further, you know, you can leave a message. Email me at BodyByTrace at Yahoo, or all social media, BodyTraceFit. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow.